One. Hey, college wrestling fans, this is Johnny Thompson, number one. Today I have a special guest, Terry Pack, head coach of Southeastern College in Beatrice, Kansas. And I want to thank Coach Pack for being here today.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. I'm always excited to be able to talk about wrestling and motivated to always talk about our programs. So uh, I love what you do. So if I can be of any help, I'm all in, man.
Well, let's get, right down to it. You guys have only been around for 2 seasons, and yet I don't know if college wrestling fans are aware of just how successful you've been. You mean right from the get-go. I mean, you guys had your first dual meet, and you just kicked the crap out of Midland, 41-11. And then that season, as well as this past season, you guys finished in second place at the Plains District, which, in my opinion, is about the toughest district in all of NJCAA wrestling. And then on top of that, your first year, three All Americans with an NJCAA finalist. And then this year, five All Americans with an NJCAA national champion. How do you have that type of success from day one?
I think a lot of it is we bring a different kind of passion uh, to the sport. I mean, I've been around wrestling for a long time, and we had the same kind of success when we started the program at Neosho. And I guess I was lucky, right? Because most people don't start new programs that have a blueprint. I had a blueprint because we started the program in Neosho. In '98, we won a national title 2 years later. So I believe that we just had a footprint that really allowed us to kind of be ahead of the game, right? And all of our connections from USA Wrestling with working at the Olympic Training Center and working at LOG, I think the connections in the network were important, as well as, like we said, just having that blueprint available.
And then also looking at it, it is college, so we're looking at student athletes. And you guys have been every bit as successful in the classroom as you have been on the mat. I think this past year, if I remember correctly, eight academic All-Americans.
Yes, yes, and we pride ourselves a little differently. And I hate to say differently, right? But uh, you know, when we were in the O show the same year, it's the first time it's ever been done, is we actually won the academic national title and we won the wrestling national title in the same year. We're pretty strict on our grades. I mean, we have mandatory study halls, we have no travel requirements for kids that have low grades, and we try to make them understand if their desire is to be successful after they're done here, then they have to be successful while they're here. And that success starting early is easy to carry over, but it's really hard to do it half-assed and then hope that it works out later.
Absolutely agree 100% on that. One of the other factors in the success that you guys have had, and forgive me if I'm pronouncing this name incorrectly, but you guys have on staff Anthony Linares. Am I
Yes.
saying that right?
Yep.
Who was an NAIA All-American for Cumberlands, and then he did a lot of, had a lot of accomplishments at the Greco-Roman level for Northern Michigan later on in his career. What has Coach Linares brought to the Southeast wrestling program?
I think Anthony and I would complement each other well. So I've known Anthony since he was a kid back in California. And then he actually wrestled on the senior circuit for me at Legends of Gold. And I think that because of that working relationship, we just have such a good philosophical idea on what we want to do wrestling wise, right? Like our training methods are similar, our thought process are simpler. But more importantly, I think what he brings to the table is being young, being enthusiastic, wanting to make sure that the kids succeed at all levels. He's here every single day, and I don't know that a lot of I can tell you this: I don't think there's another junior college coach uh, in the country that puts in more time than Anthony does to ensure the success of our program.
And speaking of the success of the Bobcat wrestling program, one thing that I've noticed in comparison to other National Junior College Athletic Association programs, you guys have no fear. You guys will take on anybody at any time. I mean, just looking it over, you've taken on number one, NAIA, Grandview College, uh, the University of Nebraska Kearney, which is always one of the top two, top three Division II teams. You guys have taken on Simpson. You guys have taken on even Division I Oklahoma. So what does that mean for you guys as a small program to not only take on these giant programs at larger divisions, but also compete with them and at times even beating them in duels?
Yeah, I think for me, I think the one thing that I want to convince our kids is if you have the desire to go on, then you have to see what you're lacking. And being able to go out and test yourself against the best guys in the country, uh, really build that idea. I mean, like when I was in the Marine Corps, I still remember before we got on our first flight to go to the Persian Gulf, and uh, they talked about you have to be able to approach things without fear, but you have to be able to face those same things with responsibility. And what we want these kids to do is be responsible for their training, but also have no fear of anybody. And when we go down, we wrestle the University of Oklahoma, and we're wrestling the best guys in the country. Our 97 pounders wrestling AJ Ferrari. Uh, we're wrestling Cal State Bakersfield. We're wrestling Chattanooga in a duel, nonetheless. And it's on ESPN Plus. And uh, our kids came back and they saw a JUCO kid, and it didn't mean anything to them. And I think that's what we wanted to teach them. We wanted to teach them to be responsible for what you're lacking, but more importantly, don't fear anybody in front of you. And by putting them in those situations, I don't think they have that fear anymore when it comes to the national tournament. And when we go to the national duels, I mean, our kids are pumped. They're ready to go. I mean, at that point, we've already wrestled the best guys in the country, and we've already dueled the best teams in the country. When we wrestled Oklahoma, they were ranked, what, 23rd, I think? And boy, they put a wallop on us. But, we were in a lot of matches. And we won a couple matches against Bakersfield. We won a couple matches against Chattanooga, and I think those are important things. When you're looking at the overall product that you're trying to put out, and our product is fear no person in front of you. They all toe the line the same way. They all tie their shoelaces, and we're going to strap it on. We're going to give them hell every single time.
Now, you said a little while ago we were talking about wrestlers moving on and having success later on in life beyond Southeast Community College. You guys have already had some wrestlers that have moved on to other colleges. You have, I knew this would happen to me. The name is escaping me right now, but you have a young man going to be competing for Quincy next year in
Yep.
Illinois, and then I think you have a couple others going some other places too. Like I think the Olberding brothers are heading somewhere, and
Well, Oberdeans have decided not to wrestle. They're going to go right into work. I really wish they would. I mean, we have guys that are definitely talented enough to go on to the next level, but being a school that offers everything, some of our trade kids, and this is not uncommon, right, with any of the trade schools, uh, that those guys are coming in, getting their degree, and going into the workforce. But we also have a large number of people that want to move on, and Kaz went to Graceland and he's done a nice job there. And, and I think Corey Hyatt's going to do a great job at Quincy. And I think Miguel Perez is going to do a great job at Lindsey Wilson. And we've got a wealth of kids coming out over the next couple of years. I think that we'll be looking that route for sure.
now, do you have any pipelines established anywhere at all?
I would say I don't know that there's a pipeline yet, but there's definitely coaches that are helping us get people. Jordan Omi last year went to University of Sioux Falls, and was ranked in the top 20 this year for them, D2. And Jordan was third in the country for us last year. So I think Matt Mueller's has done a great job of giving us contacts and staying in contact. Josh Nolan, the new head coach at Northern State, wrestled for me in high school. Also wrestled and coached with me in South Dakota at Legends of Gold. So I think you're going to see a really good D2 pipeline. On top of that, I mean, my son is the coach at Quincy, one of the coaches at Quincy. So obviously, I think there's some pipelines at the D2 level. The D1 level, we just got to get those kids in. And right now, um, we have lower level D1 kids, not the groups of people that I normally work with. Obviously we have a good connection with Oklahoma, or we wouldn't be able to go down and do that. Uh, we've got great connections with Mark and in University of Nebraska and Iowa State and South Dakota State, obviously, and North Dakota State. But we just got to find that quality of athlete, and we're not there yet. I'm a realist. I tell people like it is, and we just haven't had that level of guy yet. But we've had some really good D2 levels and any high level guys. But I think you're going to see, especially next year and the following year, you're going to see a wealth of these guys going out to the D1 level. And as we start putting out the rest of our commitments, I think people are going to be pretty shocked at what's coming in with a couple of our D1 transfers.
You know, looking at Southeast Community College, let's say that I'm a senior in high school and I'm looking at wanting to wrestle at the NJCAA level. If you were to tell me or tell the fans of Johnny Thompson #1 right now, why Southeastern Community College? Why Beatrice?
Yeah, I think it's simple for us, man. We believe, and if I didn't believe that we had the best thing going in the country, I wouldn't want to wrestle for that coach first of all. Anyway, right? If any coach says, "Well, I think we're in the right direction," hell with that, man. I think we are the most passionate, hardworking coaching staff in the country, and I think when people come in here, they feel an infectious. Relationship with every coach and with every athlete on our team. Uh, I mean, I'm in my office every morning at 6:30, and I leave here every day at 6:30, uh, and I don't do it for me, man. I do it because I want these kids to be able to know what it's like to win a national title. I want them to know what it's like to do hard work, and I think when those parents and kids come in here and they see our passion for wrestling, I think it sells itself most of the time. Uh, and not only that, but I mean, I love some of these other great programs that have been around for a long time, right? They're great programs. I mean, Iowa Central is a great program. I mean, Clackamas, Western Wyoming, these guys are great programs with great coaches. Uh, I just think that right now, like you can be a part of something or you can be something, right? Like when you come here, like we're building something special, I think. And we're beating guys that predominantly have dominated the NJCAA for a long time. So something's got to be right. You just don't go. We lost to Clackamas by a point at the national duels in 2 years. I mean, that's not something that should be happening. So I think when people come in here, I think our selling point is our staff, our schedule, and our facilities are definitely some of the best facilities in the country.
Well, Coach, you definitely have sold me. If you haven't sold some other high school juniors and seniors out there looking for a good place to wrestle at, I do want to thank you for being a part of Johnny Thompson #1 today, and I wish you the absolute best success in the 225, 226 season.
Hey, I really appreciate it, man. Again, we love what you do, man. I love the fact that you cover every level of wrestling and you take the time to do it. And I hope a lot more people pay attention to what you're doing because it's damn good for our sport. We need a bunch more people like you.
Well, I appreciate that very much, and once again, a big thank you from Johnny Thompson #1.
Appreciate it. Take care, man.